Ah, there we go. We're going to be using David Allen Black's Learn to Read New Testament Greek. This is the book we're going to be using. Awesome, awesome book. Highly recommend. So grab this book. Now, we are sorry, I don't even think my sound was going on. We're going to be looking at chapter 1. We're going to be looking at the alphabet. That is the first thing that you want to nail down is the alphabet. Everything else is going to fall apart if you don't know the alphabet, the building blocks. So you want to look at it, know it as good as you know your English alphabet. All right, give me 1 second to get stuff set up here. Yes, sir, Elder Tim. Yes, sir. I see you there, brother. Just put us on in the background, man. Put us on in the background. All right, so we're going to be looking at the alphabet, chapter 1, learning the alphabet, and we may look at some other things. But let's get this down first. Now there is. Let me see. Get the Jamboard going here. And we're going to have some more live sessions too. We're going to try to do this through like Google Meet and Zoom so that you guys can get live time interaction. You'll have your own little Jamboard to mark up and things as well. So let's get into the alphabet. Let me pull up the board. All right. So with the Greek alphabet, you want to learn the letters and the sounds. So a lot of them are going to sound familiar. You know, you kind of see the equivalent in the New Testament. I mean, in your English as well. So you want to start off. You know, even when you get the book or whatever. Uh, if you want to start, writing it, practicing it, I highly recommend doing that as well. So, your first letter is alpha. You have your alpha, beta, gamma, and this isn't going to be perfect because I'm trying to write with hey, grace and peace, brother Tolliver, grace and peace. Yeah, man, I'm doing some YouTube. I'm doing YouTube sessions. I'm going to do Google Meet sessions as well. These will be recorded. I'm going to try to put them up in the class in the Google Classroom and things as well. So you're going to get it from multiple angles. So we have alpha, beta, gamma. Then you got delta, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. So let's go. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. I would break them up into fours, learn them like that. And then I will get our vowels. So you got alpha is a vowel, epsilon, eta. Those are your vowels. So that is your vowels. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu. Yeah, some of the different pronunciations. Yes, sir. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, mu. Then you have nu, which looks like a V, nu, Xi, Omicron, P or pi, let's circle our vowels again. So iota, vowels, Omicron, your vowels there. So again, you want to make sure you're memorizing the vowels, memorizing the consonants. Know the alphabet. And then in the different groups, I'm gonna post. I posted a video, a quick YouTube video that will help you musically. Some people are, they learn through music as well. All right, let's keep going. Nu, Xi, Omicron, pi or p, however you pronounce it. Rho, rho, sigma. Now sigma has two forms. That's an ugly one. Hang on. So scoot over a little bit. So you have two different sigmas. This is what's known as the final sigma. This only occurs at the end of a word. Final sigma only occurs at the end of the word. only occurs at the end of the word. Let's see if I can. All right. Only occurs at the end of a word. So, like logos, apostolos, you'll see the final sigma form. All right. So, sigma. Then we got tau, upsilon, phi or phi, kind of like physics, chi, like chemist, psi, like taps, the ps sound, and then omega, like omega. So let me do something here. 1 second. Let's go here. All right, so here is a song.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon.
And yes, it's kind of childish and corny, but whatever you can do to help you memorize the alphabet, learn the alphabet. So just this song is one of the songs that help you memorize the Greek alphabet.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu. Nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, keep, psi, omega.
Very nice. It's catchy.
Thanks.
But to be honest, I could have used a little more cowbell.
I thought it sounded pretty good.
I'm telling you, you need the cowbell louder.
Don't you think it's gonna drown me out?
I gotta have more cowbell.
Okay. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu. Nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, keep, psi, omega.
That's just one way to help you learn the alphabet. Now, so that we have that. Let me go back to our board. All right. One second. All right. Let me come over to here. All right, so let's get our vowels. All right, so, and again, this is chapter 1 in the book. Chapter 1 in the book. So, and the vowels work just like English. The vowels work just like English. So, eta and omega. Eta and omega. These are your long vowels. Long vowels. Epsilon, omicron are short. Just by nature, but they can become long depending on their position. So notice a, eta, epsilon, short. They're kind of the same letter, e, kind of. Omega, long, omicron, short. So eta, omicron are long. Epsilon, omicron are short. Then you have alpha, iota, and upsilon are both. They can be sometimes long, sometimes short. So 7 vowels. 7 vowels. So a short vowel becomes long by the position when it's followed by 2 or more consonants. So, or by a double consonant. So let's look at, for example, the Greek word for gospel. Euangelia or euangeliou. Now, the alpha here becomes long because it's followed by double consonants, a double gamma, which gives it a sound, a nasally n sound. So this alpha becomes long because it's followed by 2 double consonants. But that's just something you'll pick up on as you go, as you get more familiar with the language and stuff like that. Now, stop me if you have any questions as well. Got any questions? Let me know. Now, let's go over the diphthongs. Now, with this, and again, you can read the book. He goes into depth a little bit more. There's going to be things like so the sounds that the Greek makes represented by the letters, these are called phonemes. Phonemes. Now, phonemes from the Greek phone, which means sound. Phonemes are the smallest elements that contrast with each other. So in English, you got pig, and you got big. They're both distinguished from each other by this phoneme, p, b. So, uh, so phoneme, that's that. So phonemes, remember, phonemes is sound. Sound. So phonemes are the sounds that the speaker of a language know to be meaningful parts of that language. P and b are very important because it changes the word. So phonemes are they represent sound, and they're small forms there. All right, let me go up a little bit here. All right. So then you have phonemes, and then you have morphemes. Morpheme. Now, morphemes convey a specific meaning. They convey a specific meaning. They're very small units of speech. Comes from the Greek word morphe. Morphe, which means form. So English morphemes is an S. So we got an example of an S. So dogs, cats, houses, even you got your S, you got your ed that can do, past tense, wanted, hoped, things like that. Ly, Lee, those are examples of morphemes. Badly, nicely, those are morphemes. So morphemes in English help us understand the difference between friendship, friendliness, and unfriendly. Friendship, friendliness, unfriendly. Notice all of those have different meanings. So just kind of understand that as you go through, keep that in the back of your head as we go through the course. As we go through. All right. Just a little interesting thing. When we think about vowels are produced by exhaling air. You're exhaling air from your lungs when you do a vowel. Alpha, iota, eta, epsilon, omicron. So you're exhaling air out of those. So now what we have, we're going to look at Let's see. Diphthongs. Diphthongs. Now, diphthongs we want to use. Hold on. So diphthongs are two vowels that come together to produce one sound. Two vowels that come together to produce one sound. Again, all of this is in chapter 1 of the book. This is on page 4, this information. So, diphthongs are two vowels that produce one sound. One second here. All right. Let's go here. So, here is just a quick little example of the diphthongs. So, two vowels, one sound. So, you want to memorize these. Memorize the alphabet, but then memorize the combination of these as well. All right, type of 1, if this is making sense. So far, we're not doing anything. I don't want to go too deep. Or I can if we need to. If this is making some sense. And so you'll want to memorize the alphabet, but also memorize, the value of the letter and what it can transliterate into as well. All right, so with the diphthongs, you can just kind of memorize those. You have like ion, age, alpha, and iota. Epsilon and iota, like 8, the A sound. A, Rene, peace. Omicron, iota. Oil, oil, oikos, house. upsilon iota, upsilon iota, we use sun or sweet, the we sound, alpha, alpha upsilon, altos, self, epsilon, upsilon, like feud, logatos, blessed, from which we get eulogy. And then Omicron upsilon, soup, Uranus, heaven. So you want to learn those diphthongs as well. Very, very important that you learn those. So we know the Greek consonants. Those are made when you know the different where you put your lips, and you can learn that as well. Let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, breathing marks. Let me touch on the breathing marks really quick. So in Greek, there are two breathing marks. Breathing marks. You have rough and smooth. Now I'm going to bring this closer. Rough and smooth. Rough breathing mark looks like an apostrophe. And so with that, this gives the word an H sound. An H sound. So if you see this, because there's no H in Greek. So if you see epsilon nu with a rough breathing, you would say it like hen. You would give it there's an H sound because this is a rough breathing. Smooth just goes the other direction. There's no sound. So if you saw this, it's just you would just pronounce it in. In. So those are rough breathing marks. They're really, really small. You know, you'll have to, when you're reading through your Greek text, you'll notice them. So rough is an H sound, smooth, there's no sound. All right. Let's see, is there anything else? So what I would do for homework and everything, learn the alphabet, practice them, say it out loud, say the different texts, say the words out loud. Then there's syllabication. Syllabication. Which trying to think. I want to touch on that really quick. Liquid. Diphthongs. All right, so what I want to do is give us some homework. A little bit here. Okay. So we'll need to learn. Okay, so with syllabication is how you divide the Greek word up into syllables. So a Greek word has as many syllables as it has separate vowels. So separate vowels is how many syllables a Greek word has. SYLL. So let's say we have the Greek word for man. Notice there are 3 vowels. So, an, throw, pas. And there's 1 vowel, 2, 3. So 3 syllables. And throw, pas. And throw, pas. Man. This is man. So however many syllables and however many vowels, that's how many syllables. Now, whenever possible, a syllable should begin with a consonant. You want it to begin with a consonant. Okay? So, now let's look at some vocabulary words. Enter pause. Off. Off. And then Curios. We're almost done. All right, so Lego. Lego means I speak or I say. I speak or I say. Akuo. Akuo is to hear to hear. I am hearing. I hear. And we'll look at later, but the omega lets you know it's first person. Speak here. Gnosko is to know. To know. Anthropos, we know, is man. Theos is God. Kurios is Lord. So you can practice memorizing those vocabulary words, but also practice saying them. Notice 2 vowels and let go. 2 syllables. Let go. Let go. Get no sco. So you'll want to take a look at those as well. Now, for our last thing together, we want to look at some Greek. We'll read some Greek together. Practice your pronunciation. We'll look at John 1 through 5. Practice your pronunciation. Don't worry about trying to interpret it right now. Don't worry about trying to interpret it. It's going to come. John 1. Let me do something. All right, here we go. All right, so let's look at this. John 1 through 5. We just want to work on pronunciation and things like that. This passage contains all but 3 letters of the Greek alphabet. Mu, Kasi, and Psi are the only ones that are not present. So, here we go. Let's look at this. John 1 through 5. We're just kind of going through for pronunciation and fluency, things like that. So, in. Let me see if I can mark on this. Draw on the screen. All right. So, in RK, ain, ha, rough breathing, ha, lagos. Kai, ha, lagos, ain, pros, ton, theon. Kai, theos, ain, ha, lagos. Hutas, there's a H. There's a another rough breathing, so we give it an H sound. Hutas, ain, in, RK. Pros, ton, theon. Panta, D, autu, eganeta, kai, charis, choris, autu, eganeta, ude, in, hin, ha, gegaganin, ain, auto, zoe, ain, kai, he, zoe, ain, ta, phos, tone, anthropon, kai, ta, phos, ain, te, scotia, phine, kai, he, scotia, auta, u, katabale. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into existence, came into being through him, and apart from him, nothing, not one thing, came into being that has come into being. Verse 4, in auto zoe ein, in him was life. Kai he zoe ein ta phos, and the life was the light tone anthropon of men. Verse 5, and the taphos, the light, in te scotia, and the light shines in the scotia, in the darkness. And the darkness, alta, it, not katalabain, could not overtake it. So that was John 1. John 1 through 5, just kind of looking at how to translate it, to pronounce it and things like that. All right, so that is the end of this video. This is going to be uploaded into the Facebook group and the Google Meet, the Google Classroom group as well. So this is Rev C. I'm excited to get started with you in this journey of learning to read New Testament Greek. God bless you. God keep you. See you in the next lesson.